Welcome to a quick overview of SPOKE4Spire. Spire is a business management software application from Spire Systems Inc. Spoke is a landed cost calculator application that integrates with any Spire database. It allows for unlimited combinations of purchase orders and their related costs in any combination of active currencies available in Spire, and those currencies can have multiple different currency rates for each individual entry. Spoke's objective is to update the duty and freight values for each individual part number received on a purchase order. As displayed, what you can see is there are no values for duty or freight for any one of those individual line items which relate to 3 different purchase orders. Spoke is a web-based application and is installed on your Spire server. Here's a quick overview of the various modules. You'll notice that we offer 3 different languages for Spoke: English, French, and Spanish. Clicking on the actual language will switch the screens. You don't have to restart. We also display the actual database that you currently are working on, and we offer you the option of saving multiple drafts. And when you start a new session with Spoke, we will require you for a reference number for a draft. You can save as many drafts as you would like. I'm going to be using this specific draft right now. When we start Spoke, we ask you to give us the province of business so that we can actually determine what your tax structures will be, whether you want to include or exclude those taxes, whether you're using Basis or SwiftCount, which are applications provided by Barcode Apps, which relate to using scanners for receiving and processing of purchase orders, inventory, etc. This is also critical, having to do with serialized inventory items. Within the Purchases module, you can have as many line items related to a specific purchase order having to do with the shipment. If this shipment has 3, 4 purchase orders, you can add them all in here. Select the down arrows. You want to add lines, just simply put in the number of lines you would like to add and click on Add New Lines. If you've got too many lines selected, simply delete the line by clicking on the delete icon. We're going to look for the invoice amount, the details of that specific entry. We'll display to you the remaining purchase order value from Spire, the currency that was used when issued, the currency rate that was used, the currency rate that is currently set in Spire, and give you the option of resetting that rate for that specific entry if you've purchased funds in advance, as displayed here. If there's nothing specified in this column, we use the or currency live rate right now. In this particular case, we're showing that there's a savings of $5,870. In the duty and brokerage section, we will summarize the broker's information invoice with his charges, and more specifically, the Canada Customs details related to the individual line items. These line items refer to classification numbers, which we also refer to as HS codes. Please note that Canada Customs has its own currency rate on every entry that is processed. In the freight module, summary information, shipment, invoice date, and very critical, the receive date. This will be the receive date that will be posted in Spire. From this point, we allow you to select your container or the semi-trailer size that you receive. This will determine the cubic measurements and the weights allocated for those specific containers. You can add as many freight charges, always selecting what currency they're related to, and if you need a different rate than what the current Spire rate is. Additional charges is used for any combination of additional charges. In the allocation module, we give you a complete summary of everything that's been processed to date. We give you the total allocatable duty in both total value and per piece value. Same thing applies for freight and additional charges. At this point, we will display the option of selecting how you would like to allocate these costs. We allocate the duty based on cost value percentage, and you can allocate the balance of the freight information by either CBM, cost value percentage, by quantity, unit of measure, weight, in kilograms. The option is also provided for autofill or manual fill. Once you've gotten to this stage, you can actually go ahead and click on Save Draft. There's no enter key on web applications. We use Save Draft to save and update the information. As you can see, now we have values that relate to each individual line item, and these will be ready to be imported into Spire. At this point, you have a Post to Spire button. You have a Print Report. On the Print Report, we give you the option of printing the report or reviewing the values on screen with full details of everything that's been processed to date. When we're ready to move forward, we click on Post to Spire. At this point, we will update any HS codes or weights that we're missing. We're going to review the posting date. We're going to give you a currency update. And then we're going to ask you to go into Spire and make sure that each purchase order is received based on the date that's specified here. That will do the following. In Spire, you will now see that within each and every one of those line items, we've updated the duty and the freight values. Displayed here is those values as well as the comparative values that were shown in Spoke. Once you're done, you click I did it. The good news is you are done. If you would like to proceed and use a demo of SPOKE4Spire, go to the SPOKE4Spire website. On that website, you will see in the top section here, Download Spoke. It'll ask you for information as well as your partner's information. And you'll be able to proceed using that information with the Inspire Health 32 database provided by Spire. If you do not have that database, please consult your Spire partner. Thank you for your attention.